Now on Good Morning Northwest, the SWAT team called to a Millwood neighborhood. Why and what happened there overnight?
The heat, of course, continuing. We're looking for new records to be broken today all the way through Wednesday. We have a break coming our way. We'll tell you the timing on that and what comes with it next.
This morning, President Biden faces growing calls to step aside from the presidential campaign. Who in his party is asking him to bow out and how he's responding. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Robin Nance. Natalie has the morning off. It is Monday, July 8th. And it's going to be a hot one. Let's check in with Mark in your first alert forecast.
The excessive heat warning continues today with heat advisories wrapping around into the higher elevations from the Selkirks all the way to the Rockies, but lower elevation and into, again, the Central Basin. Hot weather. Here's a look at the 4 things we want you to know. The excessive heat warning continues. It's going to be hotter days coming our way with warmer or hotter nights. Triple digits all the way through Wednesday, and then very dry conditions. We will see a change on Wednesday, but it'll bring about also some breezy conditions. 62 into the valley right now, 55 into Deer Park. A little jealous there. It feels great. We've cooled to 69 into the West Plains with temperatures around 60 into Hayden and Post Falls. Our forecast today, plenty of sunshine, a few high thin clouds this afternoon or this evening due to, again, some of the heating, but we're going to be in the upper 90s all afternoon long with a high today of 100 degrees.
Breaking news overnight of a standoff near Millwood. Since we were last on the air at 11 o'clock last night, that standoff ended with a person under arrest. Multiple police agencies, including Spokane Valley Police and SWAT, surrounded a home on North Ella Road and East Glass Avenue at around 9:30. This is the scene last night. Police cars lined up with officers and guns drawn. Police communicated with the suspect through a loudspeaker, telling them they will be going to jail. A few hours later, the standoff ended with a man in custody. It's still not clear what the circumstances are surrounding this. We'll keep you updated with what we learn. Someone shot and killed a young woman in north central Spokane early Sunday morning. It happened near West Cortland Avenue around 1:30 in the morning. Spokane police say officers were called to the area for a possible drive-by shooting. When officers arrived, they found a teenager with gunshot wounds. She died at the scene. Officers are asking for anyone with information to call Crime Check. And that young woman, identified by her boyfriend as Maria Kapustin. Sunday afternoon, friends and family brought this picture of Maria along with flowers, balloons, and a handwritten note to the site of the shooting. While our team was there yesterday, Maria's boyfriend, Ralph, shared this emotional message to Maria.
Gone but never forgotten. It's forever Mary's Road. I love you, girl.
Officers also combed the scene Sunday afternoon, searching for any evidence that might point investigators to the gunman. This morning, more Democrats call for President Biden to step aside and withdraw from the presidential race. Now, at least 4 senior Democrats in Congress are publicly calling on the president to quit. ABC's M. Nguyen has the story.
This morning, lawmakers are returning from their 4th of July holiday as more Democrats raise concerns about President Biden's candidacy. Senator Mark Warner had scheduled a meeting with Senate Democrats today, assembling a group to ask Biden to step aside. But a source says because news of the meeting leaked to the media, it made it impossible to have the conversations between senators privately. In the House, several top Democrats are now privately saying Biden should withdraw from the race, including Congressman Jerry Nadler, Adam Smith, Mark Takano, and Joe Morelli. 5 other Democrats in Congress have publicly called for Biden to drop out. The pressure comes after the president's debate performance and his interview Friday with our George Stephanopoulos.
And if you stay in and Trump is elected and everything you're warning about comes to pass, how will you feel in January?
I feel as long as I gave it my all and I did the goodest job as I know I can do. That's what this is about.
Well, that is the answer that most concerned me as well. This is not just about whether he gave it the best college try, but rather whether he made the right decision to run or to pass the torch.
In battleground Pennsylvania this weekend, Biden insisted he's staying in the race. And the president appeared confident in his party's support.
What progress has been made here in Pennsylvania?
Well, there's been a lot of progress. We've got a lot more to do, though.
Meanwhile, a Philadelphia radio station now says it's parted ways with its host, who acknowledged interviewing President Biden last week using questions pre-selected by Biden's campaign team. The campaign did not deny providing the questions, saying, "We do not condition interviews on acceptance of these questions."
Emwin, ABC News, Washington.
Boeing has agreed to plead guilty to conspiracy to defraud the United States government. This plea agreement stems from the two fatal 737 MAX crashes in 2018 and 2019, in which the company is accused of intentionally misleading the Federal Aviation Administration during the evaluation of the 737 MAX. The deal is not yet finalized, but the agreement requires Boeing to pay a $487.2 million fine and invest at least $455 million in its compliance and safety programs. Temperatures, as you've been hearing, are heading for the triple digits, so the city of Spokane has activated its cooling centers. Take a look on your screen. Right now is a list of those centers, which includes most of the city's libraries and the Trent Resource and Assistance Center. Anyone getting to and from one of those locations can take Spokane Transit for free. Good morning, Northwest Time. It's now 6 minutes after 6. Let's check in again with Mark. Yeah, triple digits.
So many areas live in the triple digits all the time into the Southwest. We do not. In 2019, we had no days of 100. We're seeing 6 from 21 and 22. That's record setting, that many of 100-degree days. All right, we're on tap to see 3 of those this year. We're going to have more on the forecast and more on those triple digits coming up.
Even hotter and drier weather is expected midweek. We're sharing everything you need to know to be prepared in case a wildfire starts, coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
And deadly Hurricane Beryl makes landfall in Texas, where it's heading next and how strong it is at this hour. That's right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Tesla's bluesy and soulful sound is still roaring and soaring live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 25th. Get your tickets now for one of the 80s hottest bands.
Winning is just the beginning. We're camping out with the best deals in town from Finley. We have a great selection of new and certified used vehicles to choose from. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with a 1-year, 15,000-mile maintenance plan. At Finley, downtown Toyota.
Swing into Fred's Appliance today for our 4th of July celebration and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock get-it-today inventory in our region. Make cleanup a breeze with a brand new Bosch dishwasher. Available in 3 colors, each for just $6.99. These Bosch dishwashers offer quiet operation, advanced water efficiency, and a variety of cycle options to clean your dishes every time perfectly. We sell appliances. Only appliances.
There's magic throughout the universe. And some places have more than others. There's magic inside, everywhere. There's no place like Wonders of the World. There's magic inside.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better, to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
Tesla's bluesy and soulful sound is still roaring and soaring live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 25th. Get your tickets now for one of the 80s hottest bands.
Winning is just the beginning.
It is 6:09. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Overnight, Beryl strengthened once again to a Category 1 hurricane marching toward the Texas coast. The storm's strength and sustained winds continue to grow as it slants into Texas, making landfall just south of Houston. Beryl's sustained winds increased to at least 80 miles an hour. Storm surge warnings are in effect with up to 7 feet of surge possible above regular tide levels. Experts say Beryl's explosive growth into an unprecedented storm so early in the season was fueled by the Atlantic's record warmth. The storm already destroyed buildings and killed 11 people in the Caribbean last week. A barrage of Russian missile strikes hit targets in cities across Ukraine Monday, killing at least 20 people, injuring 50 more. The targets included a children's hospital in Kyiv, which has been crucial in supporting some of the sickest children from across the country. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said in a social media post that the exact number of casualties at the hospital was not yet known and that there are, quote, people under the rubble.
In our Monday morning 10-second takeaway, sunny, very hot today. So again, drinking the water, making sure that you're taking breaks into the shade or into air conditioning would really be a great idea. 100 the high today.
A major road closure is happening today in North Spokane as part of the Monroe Street repaving project. Monroe will close today in both directions between Francis and Kieran Avenues so crews can put the finishing touches on that stretch of road. That also means the intersection of Garland and Monroe will be closed to both east and westbound traffic today starting around noon. If that's part of your normal commute, you will want to give yourself some extra time today to take an alternate route. A couple more traffic alerts for you. Starting today, you can expect delays on Highway 20 near Newport as crews make some repairs on a 10-mile stretch of road. Today, crews will work on the southbound lane near Tacoma Creek Road to just south of Usk. Expect delays lasting up to 15 minutes. And if you take Upriver Drive, a closure at Green Street that was set to be open by now, well, that's been extended for construction on the North Spokane corridor. The Department of Transportation says drivers should take a detour along Freya, Euclid, Crestline, and Perry. It's all marked. The closure will last through July 19th now. Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:12. Coming up a little bit later on Good Morning Northwest, Washington State crowned its first known transgender state champion in track in Tacoma this year. Her moment of victory was quickly followed by controversy. The vitriol it sparked online and the state rules that protect her first place finish. It's a special report coming up. There are a few things you need to do today to prepare for wildfire. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez is live with Spokane County Emergency Management to break down that list for us. That's just ahead.
Ford Bronco Sport with 5 goat modes to go over any type of terrain and 4x4 capability across the entire lineup. While Mother Nature might be unpredictable, with a Ford Bronco Sport, you'll be ready.
Chill or grill on a new deck from Par this season. Get a free Makita Bluetooth radio or portable pellet grill with a qualifying Par deck package purchase of wood, TimberTech, or Trex. Visit par.com for details. Par, go where the builders go.
What are you going to build?
I grew up in wheat country in Colton, and I know how much we need our Snake River dams. I'm Michael Baumgartner, and when I get to Congress, we'll protect those dams. They're vital for our farmers, and we're not tearing them down. I'm Michael Baumgartner, and I approve this message.
Good morning. Thank you for calling Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. How may I help you today?
I'm having some problem with my air conditioner.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What sort of problem?
Well, it's making a clingity, clangity, clunk. Sound.
Oh, no worries. We can certainly take care of that for you. Here at Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, we speak your language.
Watch KXLY Plus over the air on KXLY ABC4. Live updates, breaking news, weather every 10 minutes from the 4 News Now team. Get up to date on the information you need in just an hour. Weekdays at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. over the air on KXLY ABC4.
You know, if you were cash back and you could earn on everything with just one card, Chase Freedom Unlimited. So if you're off the racking or crab cracking, you're cash backing. Cash back on flapjacks, baby backs, or tacos at the Taco Shack.
Nah, I'm working on my 6-pack.
Switch to a King Suite.
Or book a silent retreat.
Silent retreat? Oh, hold up. Yeah, I can't talk right now. I'm at a silent retreat. Cash back on everything you buy with Chase Freedom Unlimited with no annual fee. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
You've had thyroid eye disease for a long time.
and you've lived with the damage it caused. But even after all these years, restoration is still possible. Learn how at TEDhelp.com.
The swimsuit season is almost here, and now there's just a short time left to get your body ready for summer at Move Fitness. From squats and lunges for the booty to curls for the girls, Move Fitness has the classes and machines to make this summer your best. And right now, you can join with no enrollment fee. Move Fitness.
Ford Bronco Sport. With 5 goat modes to go over any type of terrain. And 4x4 capability across the entire lineup. While Mother Nature might be unpredictable, with a Ford Bronco Sport, you'll be ready.
Travel for Adventures is brought to you in part by TourMosesLake.com.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. It's now just about 6:16. Fire risk is high. Are you ready? Spokane County Emergency Management wants you to be prepared in case a wildfire does begin near you. This means making a plan and staying informed. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez is live to share how you can put yourself in the best position if disaster strikes. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning. Now, if you have a cell phone, then you're capable of getting notifications to that phone about evacuation orders. But depending on the age or the model of your phone and where your locations are set, this might not be the most accurate. I'm joined with Chandra Fox this morning with Spokane County Emergency Management. Now, where do you recommend people to go to get the most accurate evacuation orders?
So the best way to receive the most accurate notifications is to make sure you're actually registered in our system. If you are registered with our Alert Spokane system, that allows you to register your address. It also allows you to register other addresses that you're concerned about. Maybe that's grandma's house. Maybe that's the daycare. Anything like that that you want to know about. And also the important thing about registering within the system is you can choose how you receive the alerts. You can choose to receive a phone call. You can get a text message. You can even choose to get email notifications if that's what you want. So we really, really, really recommend that folks register in the system, because otherwise it's just going to depend on where you are. If you're relying solely on the wireless emergency alerts, which are the ones that we send out when we send the level 3s, they go to most cell phones, as you noted. It really does depend upon the age, the make, and the model of your cell phone. It might not have the requisite software in order to translate the geofencing. Maybe you have your emergency alerts turned off. Maybe you don't have your GPS on. So there's a lot of challenges that come with relying solely on the wireless emergency alerts. So we really want folks to register for the system.
Great. Well, thank you so much for that. So incredibly and important information. We appreciate it. We'll send it back to you guys in studio.
Yeah, and dry. It is hot here. You are looking at a live shot right now over downtown Spokane, where it's, it's a pleasant morning, but warm, and it's only going to get hotter.
Only going to get hotter. It's not going to get, I guess it's going to get drier in the fact that we have very low percentage of humidity into the plants. And that increases the fire danger and that fire weather. And that's what the National Weather Service and DNR and all those look at as they look. So we're going to have a conversation about fire weather and what we can anticipate. And that's why they're talking about Wednesday being the day. So if we take a look at what I've got in the computer right now, you see the hot and dry. We get that. But we don't have the winds. So we are not in a fire weather watch at this time. But once the winds fire up in potential on Wednesday to be breezy, that's where then we'll see that potential. Right now, we have fire weather watch and warnings. Warnings into Winthrop. The watch is down from Grand Coulee all the way to the Tri-Cities because of downslope winds. So they're keeping an eye on that. It's not here in our area yet. Because, again, we don't have the winds. Light wind all day today and tonight and tomorrow. Temperatures by 10 o'clock, we're going to see as we go hour by hour. 86 by 11, we could hit 90 degrees. And then we're in the upper 90s as early as, well, 1, 2 o'clock, 98 forecasted. 99 is the current record high. We look for and are expecting 100 at 4 and 5 o'clock with a little high thin clouds coming across just because of the evaporative efforts of the heat. So the west is really hot, and those alerts continue to be in and around our area, and they're going to continue today and into tomorrow and into Wednesday. And then we'll continue to see that march across areas of the northern plains and into areas to the east of Arizona and New Mexico. That heat's just going to drive across. So we're going to see our break come in as this low, this cooler air starts to come in. On Wednesday, we'll see the breezy conditions. Thursday, we'll see that influence us with cooler conditions. So today, triple digits all over the place. 104 into Ritzville. We're going to be at 100, 103 for Tuesday, Wednesday, 103. But look at what happens Thursday, Friday. Yeah, I know it's mid-90s, but still it's a break. And overnight lows start to cool, and we'll get down into the low 60s by the weekend, which will help us cool off even faster. That's good news. 6:20, it is a Monday, and it's time for our Pet of the Week.
Our pet of the week really knows how to keep cool during these high temperatures. This is Lizzie Lou. She is 2 years old and cannot get enough of the water. Her second love is playing ball. And putting the two together, well, she could not be happier. Lizzie is also great with other dogs and pretty much loves anyone who will take the time to hide a ball so she can find it. If you'd like to see her in action, stop by Companions Animal Center any afternoon and join her during her playgroup time. Or for more information, visit our website at companionsanimalcenter.org.
Just playgroup time. Cute. It's now 6:21. After dropping their series against the Toronto Blue Jays, the Seattle Mariners still managed to cling on to a 2-game lead in the AL West. Plus, the Spokane Velocity ended their winless streak over the weekend. We'll have all of that and more coming up next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
Emma? My name's Emma, too. Are you?
Yeah. You. In a few years.
How? You went back to school. Finished your degree.
Continue your education online or in person. Now accepting applications. Face your future with Whitworth University. Adult education programs.
Some days I don't know what's harder, herding cattle or 3 kids.
Really, Mom?
I'm Jacqueline Maycumber. Our hands are always pretty full and a little dirty, but we make it work like so many in Eastern Washington.
In D.C., Jacqueline Maycumber will work for us. A former law enforcement officer, a rancher, a conservative. She'll seal the border and won't take any bull from Biden.
I'm Jacqueline Maycumber, and I approve this ad.
In 16 years, Greg Gerstner will land the perfect cannonball with friends he's already meeting now at AARP volunteer and community events to help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Do you want to close out?
Should I? Normally I'd hold, but taking the gains is smart here, right?
Feel more confident with stock ratings from JP Morgan analysts in the Chase app. When you've got a decision to make, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
It's time to seize your summer in a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. Whether you're camping out in a new RAV4 or pulling a boat with a Toyota Tundra truck, nothing says summer better than a new Toyota. Plus, every vehicle sold comes with a 1-year, 15,000-mile maintenance plan. So this summer, if you're looking for a new ride, stop by Findlay Downtown Toyota, and we'll show you some more choices. I crack myself up.
Findlay Toyota's downtown.
Just a few weeks ago, the Seattle Mariners maintained a 10-game lead for first place in the AL West. Fast forward to now, and that lead has shrunk to just 2 after the team dropped its latest series, this time to the Toronto Blue Jays. And Sunday's loss will be one they'll be kicking themselves over for a while. In the 9th inning with the bases loaded and 2 outs, Jorge Polanco had a chance to end the game with a walk-off, but instead flies out to end the inning, and we would head to extras. Then in the bottom of the 10th, the M's are down 5-4, but the bases loaded for Cal Raleigh. He's come up clutch so many times, but not in this one. A fly out to center ends the game, and Seattle drops their 6th straight series. They'll now travel down to San Diego to start a series with the Padres on Tuesday evening. Meanwhile, the Spokane Velocity were able to end their long winless drought as they beat the Chattanooga Red Wolves 2-1 on Saturday night. During the last month, the offense had been really struggling, but no such issues this weekend. In the 18th minute, newcomer Masongo Akili scores his first goal with the Velocity, and then with the game tied at 1, Luis Gil provided the difference maker with a fantastic goal to put Spokane up for good, and they get their first win in USL play for the first time since May 11th and move up to 6th in the standings.
We're at home, we're in front of our fans. It was a difficult day with the heat and whatnot. I think you saw that in the game. It really hit both teams at certain parts of the game, but results of late have not been perfect. We've had a mini dip. Wouldn't say it's a big dip, it's a mini dip, and it was important for us to get out of that dip as quick as we could, and that's what we did tonight.
Now, the Velocity won't return to One Spokane Stadium until the end of the month when they take on the Charlotte Independence for a July 27th matchup. That will be a USL League One match. Reporting in studio, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
Yeah, that game was really fun. You got to get to one. It's now 6:26. History made in Washington. A trans athlete won a high school state championship, but it didn't go over well. The controversy and protections for that student coming up in a special report right after the break. And a rescue at Boulder Beach on the Spokane River. What happened at the rope swing? And as we go to break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, surviving a 4th of July shark encounter.
Just panicked, trying as fast as I could to just get to shore any way I possibly could.
21-year-old Connor Baker of Ohio was vacationing in Florida when terror struck at New Smyrna Beach.
All of a sudden, I felt like my foot was just being stabbed on both sides, bottom and top.
And this morning, he's telling his story to GMA.
I saw my foot, and I could see, I could see the bite on my foot. That's when it really hit, it was a legit bite. I wasn't just overreacting. I got bit.
Shark bites in some locations have been on the rise.
And if you increase the number of people in the water, the chance of a shark bite, goes up. But to have multiple shark bites within close proximity and time to one another is pretty much unheard of.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on if these shark encounters are becoming more common. With your GMA First Look, I'm Trevor Alt, ABC News, New York.
Moving forward with node-positive breast cancer,
My fear of recurrence could have held me back,
but I'm staying focused.
in doing more to prevent recurrence.
Verzenio is specifically for HR-positive, HER2-negative, node-positive early breast cancer with a high chance of returning as determined by your doctor when added to hormone therapy. Verzenio reduces the risk of recurrence versus hormone therapy alone. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
I'm focusing on what counts.
Talk to your doctor about reducing your risk.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hi, I'm Chris with Tactical Plumbing. We're a well-known, locally owned company with a great reputation with our customers. While the new housing boom stays strong, we are excited to announce that we are growing our company to provide homeowners with our precision services.
Tactical Plumbing has over 30 years of combined experience, and we are now booking residential service and repair. Tactical Plumbing providing our community with carefully planned and strategically executed plumbing solutions.
Call us or visit our website today for all of your plumbing needs.
Elevate your summer with cashback checking and savings accounts from Canopy Credit Union with an incredible 6.17 annual percentage yield on your first $25,000 in your checking account and a generous 4.07 annual percentage yield on your first $50,000 in your savings. You can potentially earn over $3,500 a year. Level up your finances this summer. Canopy Credit Union. Here, you grow. Limits and conditions apply.
This month, Northern Quest is bringing back the 60s with $60,000 hot seat Sundays. Sure, there won't be any tree hugging or drum circles, but there will be peace, love, and cold hard cash every Sunday in July. Just swipe your Camus card and play your favorite slots from noon to 5 p.m. and you could win your share of $60 grand. Pretty groovy. $60,000 hot seat Sundays, only at Northern Quest.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Morning Northwest. Thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm Robin Nance. Natalie has the morning off. Let's check in with Mark on our first alert forecast. And guess what? Ooh, gonna be hot.
Oh, it is starting off warm into the West Plains, sitting at 69 degrees, into Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls. Hayden, you're sitting in low 60s. It is a weather alert day because of the excessive heat. It's our entire region, but this now goes through Wednesday. It has decreased from Friday, so that's the good news. Taking a look at the 4 things we need to know. The excessive heat warning is in effect, so we want you to be aware of that. The hotter days ahead for at least the next 3 days. We're going to be in the triple digits through Wednesday, and the conditions are very dry with no rain in sight. Currently 55 into Deer Park, 52 up into Spirit Lake, but we warm to around 60 degrees all the way through the valley. Things look pretty nice there. But again, officially, we're sitting at 69 into the West Plains. We look at what we can expect today. Plenty of sunshine and heat coming in quickly. By 10 o'clock, 86 degrees. Now, you know, we look at temperatures into the low 80s as a normal high for this time of year. We'll be just about 20 degrees above average with a high today of 100.
It's an exciting time for women's sports, especially women's basketball. Millions are tuning in to witness the grit and dedication of female athletes. Finally, they're getting the recognition they deserve. But in recent years, there have been growing concerns about whether transgender athletes are taking opportunities away from female athletes, especially at the youth level. This year, Washington State crowned its first known transgender state champion in the 2A girls 400-meter run in Tacoma, and controversy quickly followed. So what exactly are the rules when it comes to transgender athletes in sports? Marissa Reel found out.
This isn't the type of video you'd expect to go viral. The Washington State 2A Girls Track Championships. But it's who wins the race, East Valley's Veronica Garcia, that sparked vitriol online. Veronica's transgender, and her victory was the boiling point for many who voiced their concerns on how this was allowed and considered to be fair competition.
So the rule regarding gender identity and competition has been in place for 18 years. So this is the 18th year we've actually had this rule. Most people don't realize that.
But they certainly realize it now. The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association, or WIAA, is the governing body for Washington State youth athletics. Its policy reads, all students should have the opportunity to participate in WIAA athletics and/or activities in a manner that is consistent with their gender identity. Simply put, if a student identifies as a girl, they can compete with the girls.
I have brought up the point each year when we have to renew a contract with the WIA that this is a concern of mine that the WIA has put this in place to take away that equal right for women to compete.
The WIAA says it is actually preserving equal rights. In this gender toolkit, the WIAA policy says it follows both state and federal law. The federal law states that all persons should receive equal treatment no matter their gender identity or sexual orientation. Going even further, Title IX states that no person on the basis of sex shall be denied participation in or be subject to discrimination under any education program or activity that receives federal financial assistance.
Unlike the NCAA that requires transgender athletes to provide documentation of hormonal treatment, the WIAA executive director says student athletes do not need to disclose any medical treatment that they are receiving. Brianne Gray is on the Meade School Board, but says she's speaking for herself and not the whole board. She says the WIAA policy doesn't provide equality at all.
It's the exact opposite of that. There are biological differences that exist, and suggesting that women now have to give up their opportunity to compete in their own category, it's absurd.
Gray tells me many members in the community have also expressed their concerns, even more so after the recent track season completed.
We heard from grandparents, we heard from parents, we heard from people who don't even have kids in the district. We heard from people who don't have kids competing in athletics that were so concerned and so worried that this was happening to our young females.
We reached out to East Valley's athletic director, and he declined an interview. But in a recent article by the Spokesman Review, the reporter had an opportunity to speak with Veronica Garcia regarding the controversy. They quoted her saying, "I'm just a teenager. I wish people would remember that." Garcia also told the spokesman she wishes those who think she should not be able to compete would take their complaints to those who make policy decisions rather than yelling at her.
There's very divergent views on such topics, especially this one in recent years. And so, yes, people will share their opinions. That's their right. We fully understand. And our attorneys continue to advise that we must follow state law.
As for the school districts that are grappling with how to handle this, Brianne Gray tells me she encourages those who are concerned to contact the WIAA office.
And let them know that people are not pleased that their daughters have worked so hard, that their granddaughters, their nieces that have worked so hard for this sport or this activity that they feel so passionate about, and they want to have the opportunity to participate on an equal playing field.
The WIAA says it will continue to adjust its policy as guidance evolves, but as of now, its policy does follow current law. There are states that have banned transgender students from participating in the sport that is most consistent with their gender identity. Let's take Idaho, for example. In 2020, the state did put in place a ban, but there is currently an injunction blocking the enforcement of that ban. There are several other states with the same rules that are facing similar challenges. For more information on this topic, you can visit our website at KXLY.com. In Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
First responders rescued a man who was injured in a rope swing accident Sunday evening at Boulder Beach. Eyewitnesses told 4 News Now the man lost his grip while swinging into the water and landed in a shallow, rock-filled part of the river. Right away, people nearby stepped in to assist him, ensuring he was conscious while they waited for first responders to arrive.
You know, I saw humanity at its finest. There was about 5 people there that came to his rescue and stayed with him. Nobody knew him because he was here alone, like you said. And it was really just heartwarming to see these young people just come forward, and some gal held his back, another person held a towel on him, and somebody else just kept on talking to him. It was really sweet and tender-hearted to see that.
Once on scene, fire crews used a rope system to hoist the man to the top of the bank. That man was loaded into an ambulance and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Our time is now 6:38. Checking in with Mark. Oh, those temps are really something today.
Yeah, we're going to see record-setting temperatures potentially today. 99, the current record. We're forecasting 100, so we're right there. But we're going to see the triple digits continue through Wednesday. But we will see a break after that. We're going to have a full check of your forecast coming up.
And if you are looking to beat the heat, there are plenty of lakes and rivers around the area to keep you cool. How you can stay safe swimming in local bodies of water, that's coming up next.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
When you've been seriously injured, choosing the right legal team is the most important decision you'll make. Craig Swap & Associates is a top personal injury law firm for one reason: we win.
If you or a loved one has been seriously injured, our team of winning attorneys is here for you. We'll review your case for free and start working immediately to win the compensation you deserve. Craig Swap & Associates, one call, that's all.
Frozen is Disney's latest hit Broadway musical. From the producer of The Lion King comes the show audiences and critics are melting for.
Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts, July 24th through August 4th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado LT when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
What's better than Channing Tatum?
How about an all-new Kelly?
Exactly. You said you were like tired of working out.
My knee has been like completely messed up.
I ruined my left knee. We are old.
Watch Kelly Clarkson today at 3.
The right window shade can do more than just cover a window. Imagine shades that light up to illuminate dark spaces. Shades that adjust automatically for the best lighting or privacy. Shades that improve energy efficiency for lower utility bills. All with legendary Hunter Douglas quality for style that lasts. Hunter Douglas. Shades like no other.
Good morning and welcome back. It's now 6:41. The Grant County Sheriff's Office continued its search for a 28-year-old Tacoma man in Banks Lake. According to the Sheriff's Office, the missing man was on a paddleboard with a woman Friday morning near Cooley City Park. Breezy conditions made them fall in, and while the woman made it to shore, the man never resurfaced. First responders have spent the last 3 days searching for him using divers, jet skis, and drones. The Sheriff's Office says his family is in town, and out of respect for their privacy, his name has not been released.
6:41 on a Monday, your 10-second takeaway. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be very hot, so drinking plenty of water, wearing those shades, putting on the sunscreen more than once if you're going to be out for a long period of time. 100 the high today.
You don't have to go too far to beat the heat here in the inland Northwest. Many lakes and rivers are just a short drive away for most people. Medical Lake is a great example of one of those nearby lakes many in our community enjoy. 4 News Now spoke with one couple gearing up for a swim, but also taking precautions to keep each other safe.
You should ultimately have a second person because, you know, if you're out in the middle by yourself, it can take somebody a good 20 minutes to get to you, or even longer if there's nobody around, you know, and you don't know. It could be pretty dangerous. But
now Michelle swam alongside her husband as he stuck by her side on a paddleboard. They also emphasize the importance of knowing your limits and not pushing them. Good morning, Northwest Time, 6:42. Extreme heat also means fire danger. Allison Martinez is live with ways to help you protect your property.
Spokane County Emergency Management has plenty of tools, including this map here, to help you prepare in case a wildfire starts. We're breaking them all down coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Mr. Casino Hotel is open. Stay with us, relax and rejuvenate while taking advantage of our amazing amenities, including a restaurant and lounge open to the public daily starting at 3 p.m. north of Spokane on Highway 395.
Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been North Idaho's premier flooring shop for over 30 years. From remodels to new construction, they've got your home or business covered from wall to wall. Their expert design team will work with you to find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. They've got the lowest prices. From carpet and area rugs to hardwood, LVP and laminate, if you can dream it, they can floor it. Dream it, design it, live it at Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls.
It's time to seize your summer in a new Toyota from Findlay. Whether you're camping out in a new RAV4 or pulling a boat with a Toyota Tundra truck, nothing says summer better than a new Toyota. Findlay Toyota's downtown.
Every food you love is good food. And the foods we love, they're all a little different. At Yolks, we believe food is meant to be made just the way you like it. So whether it's filling you up, or giving you comfort, or trying something new, it's all good if you're making something you love. Whatever you're into, we've got you at Yolks Fresh Market.
I've always been drawn to artists like this.
Yeah, me too. This used to be one of my favorites when I was younger.
You're me.
Yeah, after you quit the firm and follow your passion. Where do you find the time? After work, studying with others who are looking for more.
Continue your education online or in person. Now accepting applications. Face your future with Whitworth University, adult education programs.
I grew up in wheat country in Colton, and I know how much we need our Snake River dams. I'm Michael Baumgartner, and when I get to Congress, we'll protect those dams. They're vital for our farmers, and we're not tearing them down. I'm Michael Baumgartner, and I approve this message.
Mississauga Casino Hotel is open. Stay with us, relax and rejuvenate while taking advantage of our amazing amenities, including a restaurant and lounge open to the public daily starting at 3 p.m. north of Spokane on Highway 395.
4 News Now is brought to you by Fred's Appliance.
Good morning. Welcome back. It's now 6:45. Disasters can strike with little to no warning, and that's why it's important to think ahead and make sure you and your family have a plan. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez is live with Spokane County Emergency Management to share what things you can do right now. Allison?
Yes, good morning. I'm joined by Chandra Fox, and she is sharing some very helpful tools to help your family get prepared. We're starting off with this really helpful evacuation zone lookup tool. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
So this is one of the things we're most excited about as we get ready for hopefully not a very active fire season, but we know we'll see how that goes. So Spokane Regional Emergency Communications, SHREC, our 911 folks have done a terrific job building this interactive map for us. And why it's important is because we know in the heat of the moment when you get those alerts, it can be confusing when all you're seeing is a list of road names and you're trying to figure out, does that apply to me? With this interactive map, all you do, enter your address, it will drop a pin and it will show you exactly where your location is in relation to those evacuation areas. So we're super excited about it.
So helpful. And right now, of course, we don't have any evacuation orders in place, but if we did, you would see a clear highlighted colored area with a distinct pin with exactly where your home is. Now, on the topic of evacuation orders, I know we have some fire weather in store this week. What's like a quick tool or tip that you can recommend people to be best prepared?
Have your go bag ready and really try to make sure you have an alternate way out of your neighborhood or area. If you're relying, if you just go on autopilot, oh, I turn right here, I turn left here, take a drive around your area. Try to figure out where some other alternate routes for you exist.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll send it back to you guys in studio.
All right, Allison, thanks so much. This is really important. You know, what else is important is keeping cool. It is hot, and the 4 News Now Extreme team is helping people stay cool. Friday, Mark and I delivered 10 box fans to Meals on Wheels. Volunteers then gave them to homebound seniors in our community to help keep them cool and healthy for the summer. Meals on Wheels says they can always use more fans, and, you know, they have clients, new clients coming in all the time, and some of those people who have one fan probably need a second one.
Meals on Wheels, they do a wonderful service, not only making sure our elderly have nutritious food, checking on them, having conversations with them, and then delivering those fans.
Yeah, this is really great.
We got those general store. I also saw over Fred's. They were, I think, $21, so it's affordable for people to help out and to have one for yourself.
For sure.
All right, take a look at what we have with our weather alert day that's started last week and is rolling through Wednesday. It's our entire region, and we have an excessive heat warning, and therefore we want everyone to be safe, taking it easy, taking those breaks. It could be 90 by 11 o'clock. 82 is a normal high for this time of year. We're going to be in the mid to upper 90s all afternoon long. 100 is not the goal, it's the forecast, and we'll see that at 4 and 5 o'clock, and then temperatures cooling slightly as we get 7 o'clock. Sun's about ready to set at 8. We're going to have temperatures into the 90s still. All right, we do have the hot weather up and down the west coast, into the southeast, and of course, Beryl has made landfall into Houston. It is going to be a busy day into the deep south with the heat, the humidity, and the heat indices. For us, we don't have the humidity, but we do have the heat watches, warnings, advisories, and that is now pushing eastward as this dome continues to make its way off the Pacific and inland. So this heat is going to spread. We're going to see not only it spreading to the south and then to the east, but we're going to see a little bit of an influence as we look at that system that's up in the Gulf of Alaska, making its way inland. So Wednesday, we see breezy conditions, still hot, but a touch cooler on Thursday. It's not going to have a huge influence, but it's going to cool us down by 5 to 10 degrees, and we'll take it. 100 today for us, 102 into Winthrop, 106 into the Tri-Cities. Vegas hit 120, the hottest it's ever been yesterday. For us, we're going to have some record heat all the way through Wednesday and in the mid-90s after that. It's 10 minutes to 7. Your morning sprint is coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Regular visits to your local Perfection Tire can ensure your car's safety and dependability.
With factory recommended maintenance, you increase your fuel efficiency as well as maintain your vehicle's value.
Nobody beats perfection.
Some days I don't know what's harder, herding cattle or 3 kids. Really, Mom? I'm Jacqueline Maycumber. Our hands are always pretty full and a little dirty, but we make it work like so many in Eastern Washington.
In D.C., Jacqueline Maycumber will work for us. A former law enforcement officer, a rancher, a conservative. She'll seal the border and won't take any bull from Biden.
I'm Jacqueline Maycumber, and I approve this ad.
Exploring different regions throughout the Northwest and beyond can be fun and educational. 4 News Now would like to showcase these locations with Travel for Adventures.
Grant County, Washington is filled with opportunities to explore some of Washington State's most diverse geological regions. From small towns to huge waterways dotted with campgrounds and beautiful scenery, come enjoy the spectacular recreation it offers.
Enjoy a free tour at Grand Coulee Dam, topped off with a spectacular light show projected on the dam in the evening.
Check out the world-class fishing at Banks Lake, maybe some golf at Royal City, or explore the caves at Lenore Lake.
From wine tasting in Quincy to live entertainment at the Gorge. From the Sandhill Crane Festival in Othello to the Wanapum Heritage Center in Mattawa, you'll find plenty to enjoy by boat, by car, by bike, or on foot in this vast and beautiful region known as Grant County.
Discover more places you might like to visit. Go to KXLY.com/travel4adventures.
These are real people seeking solutions to real problems.
I have plantar fasciitis.
Pain with my feet, my knees.
Feet, knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet Arch Supports.
I definitely feel the heel-to-toe walk.
I'm not feeling any pain, especially in my heel. That's where I always feel it.
I don't feel the knee pain.
I didn't notice any pain in my back.
I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Oh, you're a blessing in disguise.
Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Shopping for quality tires but afraid you're paying too much?
You'll find you can trust Perfection Tire for the best deals on Cooper tires and other top quality brands.
Save even more with Cooper Tire rebates going on now. Nobody beats perfection.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Good morning and welcome back. It is now 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Monday with the morning sprint. Allison Martinez live helping you prepare for wildfire season, and Mark Peterson letting us know when we could hit 100 degrees. But first, breaking news overnight of a standoff near Millwood ending with a person under arrest. Multiple police agencies, including Spokane Valley Police and SWAT, surrounded a home on North Ella Road and East Glass Avenue around 9:30 last night. Police communicated with the suspect through a loudspeaker, telling them they'll be going to jail. A few hours later, the standoff ended with a man in custody. It's still not clear what circumstances are surrounding all of this. We'll keep you updated with what we learn. Someone shot and killed a young woman in north central Spokane early Sunday morning. It happened near West Cortland Avenue around 1:30 a.m. Spokane police says that officers were called to the area for a possible drive-by shooting. When they arrived, officers found a teenager with gunshot wounds. She died at the scene. Officers are asking for anyone with information to call Crime Check. And that young woman, identified by her boyfriend as Maria Kapustin, Sunday afternoon, friends and family brought this picture of her along with flowers, balloons, and a handwritten note to the site of the shooting. While our team was there yesterday, Maria's boyfriend shared this emotional message to Maria.
Gone but never forgotten. It's forever Mary's Road. I love you, girl.
Officers also combed the scene Sunday afternoon, searching for any evidence that might point investigators to a gunman. First responders rescued a man who was injured in a rope swing accident Sunday evening at Boulder Beach. Eyewitnesses told 4 News Now the man lost his grip while swinging into the water and landed in a shallow, rock-filled part of the river. Right away, people nearby stepped in to help that man, ensuring he was conscious while they waited for first responders to arrive. Once on scene, fire crews used a rope system to hoist that man to the top of the bank. That man was loaded into an ambulance and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
The excessive heat will continue on our first alert weather, and of course our weather alert days continue as well, along with this warning all the way through Wednesday night, and it's heat advisories for areas of Montana, North Idaho, and parts of northeastern Washington. 62 currently in the valley, 55 in Deer Park, but our official temperature right now is 69. We're warming up to 100. We should see that at about 4 o'clock.
The city of Spokane has activated its cooling centers. On your screen right now is a list of those centers, which includes most of the city's libraries and the Trent Resource and Assistance Center. Anyone getting to and from one of those locations can take Spokane Transit for free.
This morning, I'm live with Spokane County Emergency Management to share how you can prepare for the fire weather we're expecting midweek. Number 1, pack a go bag, food, water, clothes, important documents. Number 2, create a plan. Choose a place where you can meet your family in case you have to evacuate, and plan and consider all alternate routes out of your neighborhood. Number 3, stay informed and stay in the know. You can go to Alert Spokane for more information.
Boeing has agreed to plead guilty to conspiracy to defraud the United States government. This plea agreement stems from the 2 fatal 737 MAX crashes in 2018 and 19, in which the company is accused of intentionally misleading the Federal Aviation Administration during the evaluation of the 737 MAX. The deal is not finalized, but the agreement requires Boeing to pay a $487.2 million fine and invest at least $455 million in its compliance and safety programs. At least 4 senior Democrats in Congress are publicly calling on President Biden to drop out of the race for president. The pressure comes after the president's debate performance and his interview Friday with ABC's George Stephanopoulos. The latest in the race for the White House coming up next on Good Morning America. A major road closure is happening today in North Spokane as part of the Monroe Street repaving project. Monroe will close today in both directions between Francis and Kiernan Avenues, so crews can put the finishing touches on that stretch of road. That also means the intersection of Garland Avenue and Monroe will be closed to both east and westbound traffic today starting around noon. A couple more traffic alerts for you. Starting today, you can expect delays on Highway 20 near Newport as crews make some repairs on a 10-mile stretch of road. Crews will work today on the southbound lane near Tacoma Creek Road to just south of Usk. Expect delays lasting up to 15 minutes. And if you take Upriver Drive, a closure at Green Street that was set to be open by now is extended for construction of the North Spokane corridor. Department of Transportation says drivers should take a detour. It's marked. The closure will last through July 19th.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
At Numerica, you'll find money answers for people who'd rather be on the water. Get money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
Expect even more from KXLY Plus. Live updates from the 4 News Now team. Breaking news as it happens. Weather every 10 minutes. Free on your time. Download the app, connect to your streaming TV, and connect on KXLY Plus.
We're the advocates.
And we go to court.
The insurance companies take us seriously.
Because we go to court.
And if they don't offer you a settlement you deserve, they know.
We'll go to court.
So if you or a loved one are seriously injured in a crash,
call us.
Oh, I thought for sure he was going to say,
we go to court.
There it is.
We're the advocates. And we go to court. Injured? You deserve an advocate.
Well, sun's been up for a couple of hours, and we're heating up rather nicely. We have low 70s into the West Plains, temperatures around 60 as you head through the downtown corridor. 74 by 8 o'clock. We're going to have temperatures, again, into the mid-80s by 10. But we're going to be in the upper 90s all afternoon, along with a high of 100 today. That would set a new record. Also, record heat forecasted for Tuesday and Wednesday at 103 each day. We do get a break coming in towards the end of the week, but we're still going to have temperatures into the mid-90s, but the overnight lows cool down. That could be the best news.
Mark, thanks so much, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. More coming up for you throughout GMA. It starts right now.